God. Oh my God. I hope everything's working. I fear the day that I just set all this up, start it, do it, and it just refuses to work for some reason. Forgot how to spell my own name again. This is a great sign. This always happens. God, the Splatoon gifts are different than usual, but they're not. They're not great, so let's use this one. Nice. God, I feel like I've forgotten everything. Every time. Every time. That good? Are we good? Can I do it? How long have I been up? Can I start yet? 4 minutes? No, not yet. Let's go. I'm so excited to stream. I just feel like I don't know what I'm doing anymore, though. Oh, that's a way to do it. Hold on. The upside down, the reverse flippy trick. There we go. There we go. New setup. New IRL setup. Everything's working nicer. Oh my god. Holy. 5.5 minutes. I can go. It's time. Lord, man. Y'all know what time it is. Oh, speaking of what time it is, it's almost the middle of August. And I know for a fact I'm the only one that is thinking about it and even remembers what it is. But I have a tradition of things that I stream in the middle of August. So when that comes up, hopefully I can suffer more this year, the same way I have every other year. I'm excited just thinking about that. I'm excited to be streaming. Streaming is fun. I accidentally pre-ordered Splat 3 with my parents' card. Help me. We are off to a great start. Let's just go. Let's just do it. Did we do Brella last time? Wow, okay. Blaster, Splatling, and Charger. Ain't no way, boy. That's it? It looks like the one we'd have to use the absolute least is Charger, but I'm gonna make Star do that one so she can finally win in something, because she acts like these are races that we have to do. So, are we doing the Blaster or the Splatling? There's two of you here. It says two. Oh yeah, my thing isn't working. Cool. Yeah, it has been a year. My stuff was bugging because I didn't have it set up properly. Oh my god, hello. Hi. God. I can't believe it's been a year. Every time I think about that, it always is like, I always think back to the one that I did 2 years ago. I don't ever think about last year. I think about 2 years ago, because that one seems so much more just in my head, more prevalent, I guess. But y'all get to pick, I guess. Do I use the do I use the minigun or the fucking rocket launcher? I need to stop cursing. Oopsie, they're gonna demonetize my YouTube video that isn't monetized. Ugh. What do the upgrades for them do? Increase fire rate. Reduces charge time and allows you to execute a full charge attack even faster. Blaster. 2 minutes left and then you can curse all you want. That's true! Since you want me to suffer? Okay. Oh, this thing is so... Oh. 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 Oh, God. I'll do it. We'll do Blaster today. Since, whatchamacallit, since Splatoon 3 is on its way, and, like, a month... This is not... I'm gonna be honest, this is not much better. I'm not excited for this at all. Holy sh... This is so bad. That wasn't the first level. I'm going through it right now, for real. Oh, I don't want to do this. Alright. It'll be fine. Since Splatoon 3 is right around the corner, and life has been kind of kicking me while I'm down, I might just go out of my way today and stream for extra time and do 2 weapons. But I don't know. We'll get there when we get there, because if I'm just not having fun with the blaster, I might just decide I don't care anymore. Oh, this is so... Where's my... That one. Please, God. For real, for real. My controller stick aim is going to be a little bit better than it used to be because of how much, unironically, because of how much Monster Hunter I've been playing. If I shoot you, do you all blow up? Neat! Blaster things. Oh, God. But the thing about Monster Hunter, I have stamina to worry about, not freaking ink ammo. And I have max tank in this game, so it should be mostly fine. One Monster Hunter stream, that one's fun. Good question. When I can get people to help grind with me. Rise or World, I'll do either. I'm excited to do Monster Hunter streams, though. Those will be fun. Oh, I don't need to grenade you, I can just... Yeah. My sensitivity in this game is different from Rise. Oh well. I'm supposed to go down, right? I haven't played this game since the last time I streamed it, so... Well, played. I played a little bit of Salmon Run with Bunny. At a point. But that's really it. New record. That was so sloppy. That was all just routing. The entire thing was routing. I definitely did that better on other weapons. I just routed it way better that one time. Ugh. Are you a Monster Hunter, Diego? Is that a game you play? Ah. Good start. I had like 90 hours and summer came and couldn't play in the afternoon, kinda just forgot. That's fair. What kind of weapon do you use? You kinda strike me as either like Insect Glaive or Switch Axe. Third answer is like Longsword. Charge Blade? I should have known. I should have known way better. Had to rethink everything when I said Switch Axe. Oh, please. Oh, please. Alright. Like the big boom. That's fair. I kind of want to learn Longsword. Just from a little bit of it that I've tried, I don't know how to go about it exactly. Half of that is due to the fact that the weapon that I've really... That was pathetic. At least they're all one hit away from death now. Weak hit. Harry at the Nickelodeon Awards, yeah. Oh my god. Traversing the sponge stage with this thing is going to be so bad. But yeah, I'm not sure how much I understand it just because the only weapon I've used in my like 90 world hours and 130-ish rise hours is the bow. And for maybe 5-ish of those hours, I've used a hunting horn. So I literally, quite literally, do not understand a damn thing. I'm getting knowledge dipped by... being too scared to use the other weapons because the bow's really the only one that I enjoy. Which is also kind of funny because the... Man... Shut up. The bow makes me scared of everything because I have, like, no defense whatsoever. They are completely different games. I kind of realized that when I was using the hunting horn, too. Let me tell you, though, first time I got absolutely mollywop, absolutely smashed directly in the face using a hunting horn, and it didn't one-shot me, was the most... that was the most dangerous moment for me. Because I just was like, oh, I'm just unkillable then. I suddenly have so much defense. Oops. I was not looking at my screen. Yeah, this Breath of the Wild mod is pretty cool. They call me Point Crow. I was gonna say 2, but aren't there, like, multiple Point Crows already? Please don't kill me. That was greed, and it worked out. I'm supposed to be jumping in between these shots. I don't know how much I care about that, though. I think there's just one, but hey. I don't know. I wouldn't know. Yo, for real though, Diego, I felt like the game wanted me to play perfectly with a bow. And it kinda did, because I have no defense. And I guess it makes sense that the exchange is I'm at a range. But when I suddenly can take 3 big hits from a monster because I have equal gear to it and stuff, it's kinda crazy. Just in general. Wild to get used to, that's for sure. I tried to switch bombs when I got up there. I didn't mean to just donk him in the tentacle with a curling bomb. That was rude, I apologize. Oh, please. That's more than enough. You are so full of it, video game. I still had to shoot him 3 times anyway, so it didn't matter. Who cares? Why waste your time setting up a perfect splat bomb when you're just getting killed anyway? Hello, Gleet nerd. How you doing? Welcome to Strum. what a... This is just the beginning. I have to... It's been 20 minutes. It's been a 20-minute stream, and I have to do 4 more worlds of this stupid piece of garbage in my hands. The only world I get a freebie on is in World 4. Oh. Oh, Lord. Oh. Oh, no. You're living? How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. All things considered, here I am, doing the thing that I want to do. I promised myself I would stream today. Circumstances happened. I didn't get to stream until much later than I wanted. But I'm here streaming. Why did it go that way? Oh no. Huh. You guys know that I don't like this weapon at all. Oh look, it killed the bomb so easily. It's so good. It has its good sides. Oh, I do have to kill you all. Yeah, I forgot. I did it though. You already know. We in this. Ah. God, please. Star, I hope you're here and taking notes for when we do the charger run again, so you stop asking me how I do things so fast. Moai. Totally listening while playing Cookie of the Run, so you don't care at all. When we get to Charger and I'm just doing better than you, you don't care at all. Why the Cookie's running? They don't want to get eated. Why else? Oh, this is the funny speed stage. I missed. That explosion didn't hit it, by the way. That time it did, though. That time it also did. This game is so silly. Hey, Cookie's knife. No, it was such a good throw, though. Cookie Night? Is that like Fortnite or Cookie Run? did the setup. I did the setup right and then didn't even shoot it. I started paying real hard attention, and then I messed up anyway. Oh well. Oh, man. What day is it today? Is it Sunday? It is Sunday. I would like to stream more while I'm still allowed, basically allowed to, while I still have a chance to, before I have to disappear for an extended period of time again and not be able to do this. I don't know what I would do on what days, or who's available when. Does the blaster auto-aim a little, or is it just the movement that was throwing me off? Am I crazy? Am I in fucking... I don't like this weapon. I just don't. Not a single type of blaster have I enjoyed using in my time playing this game. They are not fun. Fighting against them is not fun. Playing with them is not fun. I think the problem is that there's no real impact for me for the shots that I fire off, since it's just a little poof noise that it makes when you shoot something out. And the only time you actually get confirmation of anything good happening, I am blind, is when you get a direct hit, which plays the little clanky noise, and that's cool and all. That being said, I don't really care for it. Might also be part of my problem, but... eh. This is totally me when I track the game design down. I think I'm just gonna sit here, let them design this atrocious weapon, and just be okay with it. I don't think Splatoon's a... oops. I don't think Splatoon is a super well-made game in the first place, so... me dragging down the design of a weapon that I don't like is not really saying a lot. I don't like the design of my own weapon. They made a long-range version of a close-range weapon and made it throw a bunch of projectiles out that can bounce around and are super delayed. That's stupid. Is it fun? For me, yeah. Is it fun to fight against? No, absolutely not. One direct hit pops the bubble, that's cool. I don't know, man. You want me to start talking good about the game? Because there are cool things in this game. Just not as Splatoon as I used to be. As long as I'm having fun and the 12-year-old on the other side of the screen isn't, then it's all good. That's fair. This is totally me when I'm ruining some kid's weekend. I did it again, every stream. Tradition. It is technically slightly faster to do that, I guess, because he starts chasing after you, but... God, is it not intentional. I always go full speed ahead until I fall off and just remember where I'm at. You know what it's time to talk about? Let's talk about Evo. Let's talk about fighting games. They're adding rollback to some fighting. Not have made that jump, I'll be honest. Can I sneak under him, do you think? Oh. Well, that just makes that a lot faster. Oh boy, have I also not watched Evo. But I keep getting fed all the news anyway, because a lot of the people that I know just really like fighting games. Is DBFZ worth it without any DLC? You do not have the money for 16 passes. No! No, it's not. Something people are forgetting, even without the rollback, and from looking at the patch notes that happened pretty recently objectively, a lot of the... It's not so much as you need the character to compete no matter what, but there are so many characters that are DLC that overshadow the main roster that it just... a lot of them are way more fun to play, and a lot of them are just objectively so much better. Z-Broly for one, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, 21, Lab Coat 21. I meant only Lab Coat 21, because normal 21 is also super good. She's been kind of a, not really sleeper top pick, but of a lot of the characters for people to complain about, she is there. You just don't really hear about her a lot. Nice. That was perfect. Oh my god. Yeah, non-furry mode is just so much better. Non-DeviantArt OC mode is way better. Oops. I fixed her, now she's pink, thank you. I hate that. No, it is, she's just... Oh man. There are good characters in the base roster. But I'll be honest, ever since release it's been like this. Bardock is not the menace he used to be, and that's because he got semi-nerfed. They kept buffing him. He was a monster and they kept buffing him. But he's just gotten... It's to the point the game is old enough, it's matured enough now that he's overshadowed by the characters like Z Broly, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Lab Coat 21, that he's just... I don't know how I got up on that box, I'll be honest. I almost didn't want to say anything, because that just... I felt my brain reset looking at that. Oh, that's not my ink. Haha. But yeah, he just got... Yeah, Power Crept, exactly. Which in some ways, he just like me for real, because... Day one Yamcha player. They took his move away. They took his one good tool that he had away in Season 3. They took away being able to do the little chargey charge across the screen. It was... I don't think it was even entirely safe, but you spent a meter to get in and be, if not safe, then like neutral. Which was still pretty good. So... We can't let those non-Saiyans be good? Listen. Tien and Krillin would like to have a talk with you. Krillin especially. Krillin has gotten so much love, which is good. He deserves it. But they have truly done so much for him. Should I have thrown another bomb, maybe, when I approached him? Oh, okay. Krillin. If I call someone good, it's never in... Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh, never mind. Octa Samurai is not good. I forgot. My fault. They buffed him. They made him good. For the longest time, in fact, two of his special moves that looked similar were on the same input. His quarter circle back. If you did the... Man, I don't remember what it was. It was like if you held a certain direction or something, it would throw a rock. If you held a different... Or, if you didn't hold anything, it would throw a rock. If you held a direction, it would throw a senzu bean to your teammate. They ended up putting the rock input on down, down, instead of quarter circle back. That alone was a huge buff, and then they made the rock so much better a long time ago. And they've only really been making him better. He's fast, he has mix, he has good... Not like incredible, but pretty good like defensive tool in Solar Flare. His lockdown game, if he gets any momentum, is highly oppressive. The little pebble he throws, it's been a move. But now it's like a terrifying move. Which is cool. It's really funny though. If you haven't seen Fighters, then it sounds kind of wild, I would imagine, but the little pebble he throws is incredibly oppressive. If your opponent is teching, then, well, you know, you get the little ground slide at the end of an air combo, you knock them back to the ground, or you reset them or whatever. You throw the little pebble, you have essentially locked them down to do whatever mix you want. Which, you know, most of Fighters is already use assist, lock opponent down, sandbox mode, do whatever you want and see what happens, but that pebble is so hard to deal with because the timing of it is so... He can do it in so many different timings, it's ridiculous. I should have been way more careful there, but I wasn't paying attention. I was talking about fighters. That was the wrong bomb. You. What other fighting games can I get upset talking about or thinking about? DNF Duel. Oh my god, DNF Duel. It's a game that plays like Street Fighter because of how grounded it is. But it's an anime game, but there's no neutral because the neutral is stupid. So there really is not a lot. And the character balance is just kind of everyone is so broken that it's balanced, that kind of theory. The problem is for some of the characters, their gimmicks are just done better by different characters. And in a grounded game, they gave a character insane air mobility, insane air utility, and the Kokanoe black hole from BlazBlue that made Kokanoe the best character in the entire game. And Chrono Phantasma. They just gave him that too, because why not, I guess, for fun. So, if there's one good thing to say about it, the netcode is super good. That's not something I care about, but when the game isn't fun, I don't care about how good the net is. I'm glad that still works. I'm glad I still know how to do that. But yes, the black hole. His combos do take a little bit of execution to do, to be fair. That being said, you could just turn your brain off and start pushing buttons and it would probably work. We wanted to test that theory, me and my friend. Someone else got the game because they wanted to play it. Because they played fighters a lot, and they were like, wow, Striker is cute, I want to play Striker. So, he started off with playing Swiftmaster. We just kind of tested the, like, he doesn't really know what's going on, let's let him press buttons. That man was not really, like, because we got better at the game, mostly my other friend, because he kept playing it, but the fact we had to start thinking because he was just pushing buttons, and it was working so well. The most egregious part of it, the part that hurts the most, is poor Vanguard. Vanguard is the dude with the spear, the lance. He's supposed to be the guard break character. He's supposed to be the long-range guard break character. There are, off the top of my head, 2 characters that I can think of just immediately, right off the top of my head, that do guard breaking so much better than he can, with way less effort. One of them is the zoner in the game, who has 2 lows and 0 overheads, and every other button he has, minus like maybe 2 or 3, are all projectiles. Every single one. Can I coerce you to come back in this direction, maybe? God, that would have made me so sad. The crazy part about the zoner is that the zoner is the most, like, honest mid-tier character in the entire game. Which is fucked up, because he can do some... He can lock you in the corner and break your guard. He has a true version of guard break, where if you don't guard cancel, it's just gone, and you die. And he has another version where you stand out of range of their guard break. And it's not true, but you've essentially locked them down into picking an option that lets you win immediately after. I'm gonna say, there's no way none of them had the key, right? Is it this one? Thank God. Cannot believe I had to look at the freaking key box designs and question if I was doing the right thing. You've seen 0 matches. You're not missing out. Oh, Vanguard DP. A lot of characters have DPs in that game, too. The absolute most tragic case is Vanguard's DP and how bad it is. The tallest character in the game is Ranger, which is the zoner I was talking about. He has moves where he can low profile. He can low profile the DP. The DP goes up and forward, and if you're not standing or attacking right inside of or right in the middle of him, then you just whiff. Really tragic tale. Really just wish the game was better, but eh. They're coming out with a balance patch this, they said late this month, so hopefully it's good. The air character Swiftmaster, he's so good that when Goichi did a tier list, he Meta Knighted him. He Brawl Meta Knighted him. He was at the top of the tier list with the other characters. He said, I'm gonna revise my tier list, and the only thing he did was make, like, a triple S tier that was separate for him to be in. I mean, you're right. You're definitely right. That is what's gonna happen. As usual, it hurts to think about. What was that little... Did I just surf on the curling bomb? Ah! What the Thank you, Rad, for the 5 gifted. What the hell? I thought I was... I ain't gonna hold you. I thought I was safe. Thought you were at work or something. I thought you weren't gonna be able to do that to me. Well... Crap. What? I'm so sick. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Haha. You are at work? No way. Are you... oh my god. That's... Never mind. Not safe anywhere. This man is always on top of things. Thought maybe my D-pad was kind of malfunctioning a little, but the more I've been playing, I think I'm just bad at pushing D-pad buttons now for some reason. On break number 2, let's get it. How's work going? Hanging in there. Oh yeah, you're here. Hello. Running out of ink, you know. You have no idea. So you can hear, but you just have no idea what's going on? That's a little silly. I believe it, and that makes a lot of sense. But that's a little silly. Sorry to hear that it's not good, though. Hang in there, pal. It'll get better, maybe. Question mark. He's fighting Hero Brian. It's better when it's over. Let's go. You're right. That's the first time I've ever done good movement on that. Let it be known. Let it be known. The only time I've done good on that platform was with a blaster. Because usually I let that happen. I let it push me back and throw me off a little bit. Oh. Can we go this way, please? Can we go this way, please? Okay. Fair enough. Whew! Well, that's one of two spinny platform shooty stages done. That was the easier one. We still got the much worse one to go to. But that's not for a while, so let's not think about that right now. Let's just keep pushing. Right? Yeah. Free Twitch gamer sub. Ooga ooga. Thank you. I'm not taking care of myself in this game anymore. I've stopped paying attention. Oh god. I hate blasters so much. Please just die. I disoriented myself so bad I forgot where to go. Yeah, move when he's not looking. Make sure he doesn't see you. Stealth mission. Ugh. Oh, that was to turn on the... Yeah, that makes more sense. Nothing gets by you, Agent 4. Shut up. Oh my god. That timing was immaculate. I did body block that shot super well. Real notice real. Please just hit the switch. Oh my god. Please. I'm desperate. This is why you're the best. Boss, did you kill a child? Amazing. This is why you're the best, boss. Metal Gear memes are so funny, except for when they aren't. You let a few too many people look at the Rising Revengeance stuff, and then it's oversaturated, and then no one wants to listen to it anymore. But with some people, it's still funny. I feel like that's just meme culture in general, though. Nano Machine Son. I mean, yeah. Feel like I just get burnt out on jokes too quickly. I mean, yeah. I can't say I fully agree with you, but at the same time, I definitely will not disagree with you. It's just a... Did I miss one? No, I'm stupid. For me, it's a matter of people keep doing it, and 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 don't find any... It's the people that don't know when to shut up, you know? Threw a slight comment at, I was talking to Oyster yesterday, actually. He was showing me VTuber clips. And that was just... That's like prime example number one of things that I just... A lot of them are good. I like a lot of... Oh god. Not taking care of myself. Ah, goodbye, Rad. I think it's definitely just an overall thing. Like, I get burnt out super quickly. But yeah, VTuber stuff. There are some of them that are funny and make sense, and then there are the ones where it, like, the titles has you, like, looking for one thing, and then it's like a 3-second clip of something completely different, or nothing at all. I don't know. I feel like a lot of what people say they look at or are looking for, I might just not understand. And I think that's my own skill issue to deal with. Yeah, exactly. Title says X, 2 minutes of Y. Precisely. Oh, this is gonna suck. I didn't even think about the World 4 boss. Oh no. I don't want to play video games anymore. Just saying you being handsome gets you more views. So true, bestie. Please. Just once. Clickbaiting is rampant and VTuber clipping is not even funny. I believe it. I love VTubers. I think VTubers are super cool, but there are just... some of the people are just... I'm just gonna stay down here. I've made up my mind that that damage is more than enough for me. Gun? Oh no. Don't. Holy shit. Did the bomb hit it? Spin move. Three-fifths of the way done. Can't believe the way to beat this shot is... yeah. I misspoke. I can't read. My dyslexia took over for a second. But yeah, that's, yeah. If you have a fast enough or good enough weapon, like the hero shot at max level, or like the charger, or the sniper rifle, you could just run up and kill it, run up and shoot it. When I was doing it with dualies, it wasn't, like, super easy, but you could get damage off. I think I was a much worse shot when I did it with dualies, though, so... memory might be wrong, but I don't remember doing very well against that boss with dualies. I have accidentally been really good with my curling bombs today. Hasn't even been intentional, it's been because I've been trying to not use the blaster as much as I can help it. I need to shave my face when I'm done streaming. Because I just got real itchy, and that's not comfortable. I haven't shaved in a while, though, so I guess it makes sense. What? The... I dodged it. Never mind. I was gonna say, like, the impossible technique or some shit like that, and then I just went right between it and didn't get hit, so... Kind of realizing how much my opinion has changed on this game now that I've played it for a while and it's kind of been a while. It's cute, it's fun, but the problems with that I had with this game are just the same thing but bigger. It's colorful and it's cute and charming and fun, and I love it. But it's just kind of... You could also argue it might be the fact that I've done the same story mode this many times with all of these different weapons. Oh. And I still have fun doing the PvE mode and stuff, but... this is just... I don't know. Hello, Chris. I think I talked about it last time, right after I had done it, but the campaign in this game is so much worse compared to the Splatoon 1 campaign. I mean, yeah, that would have been kind of fun. No, I forgot to jump. I was too shocked at being alive that I forgot how to live. Just trying to think about what game I played recently that exact thing happened to me, but the exact opposite thought happened where I thought, oh, I'm probably gonna make it, and I didn't make it. This time I thought, oh, I'm definitely dead, and then I wasn't. Man. I feel like if I played this game a bit more often, my opinion would change, but it's kind of now in that boat of like, why would I play this game when I could play X other game? Hell, I'd probably have more fun finding a random stupid game on Roblox and doing something on there than I would doing the PvP in this game, I'll be honest. PvE in this game is fun, but the random rotation of weapons, it makes it different every time, which is neat. But it also means that sometimes you can just get, like, 3 weapons that don't do any damage. Like the weak variants, weak close-range variants of every weapon that do no damage. And then, like, a really slow, not fun-to-use weapon. Well, fun is completely subjective, I suppose. But in the case of doing the PvE mode where you need to, like, go quick, then it's a little bit less. Why, hello, Seox. I am, in fact, doing every weapon. This is something I've been working on for a while. Too high up. I'll do it on the... Yeah. I actually did them all this time, but I didn't even get all the rings because I did it too late. That's... Come on. Hubris? 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 Fine. I would argue that doing every different weapon in this game up to this point has been fun. Now that I'm trying to just think about it a little bit more. It's been a fun time getting to this point. I'm just now at the point of I did the weapons that I did enjoy, and then I did the weapons I was unsure of, and then ended up enjoying. And now I'm using a blaster. I didn't want to use the blaster. But it was a little bit unavoidable, so... Me. Should be good right here. Oh. okay. Okay. Go down, forward to the right, jump, curling bomb. What? I wasn't perfect, but I did it. Is there a trophy for all weapons collected or anything like that? I don't think so. I think on character profile it says like your completion through the story and finishing the levels with the weapon counts as completion, so I think it can go up to like 400% or something like that. I don't think I can check that unless if I'm out in the... Let's go look. Because I'm skipping the next level that I'm supposed to go to anyway, since I already have it done. Since that's the one where you have to use the blaster and get it. Is this a thing on mobile? Is that a thing I can only look at on mobile? It might be. I'm also a sucker for trophies. Hmm. Yeah, that might just be a mobile thing. Let me... Actually gonna see if I can get a screenshot from my mobile app. Nintendo mobile app. I wish this app were better. Data share settings. Okay, Nintendo. They turned on, like... They did a thing that was like Google Data Share. That was really weird that you had to turn off in the eShop, but it never told you anything about it. Really gross and stupid. Ah. Yeah. I can't link my phone to it right now, but I'll just take a couple screenshots and pass them on through via like Discord or something, I guess. There's that one. And then there's that one. Oh, it tells you your disconnects too? That's really funny. I didn't know it actually had a disconnect thing that you can only look at in the mobile app. They put so much stuff. Nintendo phone should never have crossed, I agree. They made so much stuff for Splatoon 2 that is specifically and only in the frickin'... It's only in the mobile app, and it literally just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why they would ever do that, think that was a good idea. But, to be fair, on the other side of the spectrum, it is Nintendo. Is this gonna work if I click and drag it like that? It never does. I don't know why I tried. I have to save the images onto my computer so I can just put them into my OBS super quickly so you guys can look at them. There's a further in page. Oh god, why is it big? Stop being big. Stop that. Yeah, this is a further in page. You can see your Agent 4 stats. It puts little stars and stuff next to the weapons if you've already, like, completed them. And then if you just want a normal stat page, you just have... It gives you a title and your stage is cleared and everything. Is there an OBS request thing? Because dragging should be a thing. No. No request. It just doesn't work. I don't know why not. If it's for status for an online game, I'm down. No, I don't think I get anything for this other than... Well, technically you do get status because you unlock the weapon for PvP. Of course no DCs. I'm not like that. I'm built different. The most status that you really get is you can show it off to people and be like, look, I did this thing. And you can use the weapon in in online. This, like, glowy hero version of the blaster, I get to use that in the online PvP mode. If I beat every single stage with it in the story. You'll get a message that's like, ooh, I have all the research on this weapon now, so I can start selling it. And then they're like, I technically can't sell this, but I'll give it to you. So you can then buy it and then use it. It's literally just the default weapon. I don't remember all the sub-weapons and specifics of everything, so I'm just going to get it wrong. But as a theoretical, if the blaster's main grenade was, like, the splat bomb, and the special was, like, Tenta missiles or something like that, then the normal variant and the hero weapon would both have that. Go to the plaza and put check my profile. That's no different than what a lot of other people do, so... Hella viable. I didn't jump. I might die. Well. And no, the Splatoon 2 lobby is just worse Miiverse. Miiverse was funny. The Splatoon 2 lobby is like people sharing their Twitter and stuff. And then one unfunny joke. You want to talk about getting sick of unfunny jokes? Let's talk about the time that the entire Splatoon 2 lobby was people asking what lean is. It was like that for so long. It's like, think about going to the Friday Night Funk inside of Twitter. That's what it was. That's what it's like. It's like dealing with people that are only ever from there. Reverse of it, just get rid of it. Not the FNF to it? Yeah. There are some other ones that are, like, not harmful at all. Some people will just be like, ha, hey, I'm trans. All I can really say to that is good for you. I don't know why you're telling everyone on Splatoon about it, but whatever works for you, man. It ain't hurting nobody. Ugh. Oh my god, Marie. Nothing gets by you, Agent 4. Oh. This too is hubris. Wait, I don't need that. Have I never needed that key? Have I always just been able to do that? Oh my god. I never thought about that. Just shoot the frick, you get up on the... Yeah. Maybe I'm just remembering the stage wrong, but if I'm not... Damn, I could have been doing that the whole time. Time save PB. Yeah. My time save for that section was nuts. If we ignore the part where I, like, died in the beginning, that was PB. That's the other thing. Is on the app you can see all your PBs for the single player mode. Huh. That was a good reenactment of what that would look like online too. Dude jumped in and got popped the moment he landed on the ground. Some people have drop roller and some people use dually, so the moment they hit the ground, they just disappear, but you can time it perfectly. When they die, die. A cannon, yeah, let's kill them. Or we could don't. That was a good throw. For hitting the thing. That was a super good throw for hitting the thing. For getting me over there, not at all. I could have saved so much time. Oh god. Oh no. Oh. Oh, we're at the worst one. This is the worst part of the run. Any weapon, any one single weapon. This is the worst part of the run. You use the charger and you feel like you got good aim, good timing to get there. And then you use any other weapon and it's just hell. Did you run away? No, you didn't. Might give. Oh, okay. Goodbye. Looked at the boost pad like he's for me. Game said no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. This is gonna be so bad. Trying to flick back up there and hit them is so hard. There we go. The Spectrum is Splatoon dashing thingies and Sonic dashing thingies. The Sonic ones are fun. Alright, now the boss is just objectively easier. Little bit. By a little bit. Over here, over here, over there, over here, over here. Not over here. Yes, over here. Over here enough for it to matter. Okay, that was cool. I didn't even intend for it to work out as perfectly as it did, but that was really cool looking. That was so poorly timed. Got a little bit nervous though. Just the one, so he shouldn't dash super far away. Shouldn't matter too much. Nice. That went super well. I missed. I thought it was around the block. I don't know why I thought that. His design, that guy's design is so cool. I just wish it wasn't so not fun to go against. But I've done it with every weapon but the Splatling now, so we only gotta worry about him one more time. Last world. If that guy were like a Doom boss or something... It is a shower cap on a clam. It is objectively super cool. I genuinely think is like a Doom boss, though. Any movement shooter, Quake, boomer shooters, Ultra Kill boss. That would be really cool. Care to wager I'm not alone in that thought as well. Bad angle, but it didn't fall off. So that means it was a good angle. And I'm good at the video game. Oh, God, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I'll take it back. I'm just playing, bro. It's not that deep. Can't have shit in Detroit, bro. I open my mouth and they stay hating. Please don't clip that. Gotta go for a bit. Understandable. Perhaps. I'm not sure how long I'm going. Probably just gonna finish. Don't think I'm gonna do any more. I think I'm just gonna finish this and then be done, but... I should have just shot once and been okay with it. Hubris, greed, greed, hubris, hubris, greed. Greed, I need a greed emote. Greed. Greed, did I mention greed? I think go in a circle from here. Yeah. His priority is always bombs. A good way to describe the AI's, their, like, priorities in this game is like a disguised spy against bots in Team Fortress. They'll focus on the players however they want, but as soon as they see a high priority target, which to them is, you know, spy, they like how they hyper focus on spy. It's essentially that. They start to only care about that one thing. Which is why I use bombs so frequently. That's awkward. Yes! And I remember, this key is optional. The key is bonus. Please don't cross paths. Yeesh. We're so close. I don't have to use this thing for much longer. That was just the first level of the world, wasn't it? Yeah, okay. We actually have quite a bit more to go. Oh, okay. You just won't talk about that. What the... No way that made... Quit jump! I apologize for the lack of talking. I'm hyper-focusing on this stage for some reason. That's awkward. Ha 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 ha! It all worked out. It's okay. Any commentary at all is fun. I just am not doing any at all. Oh, I don't want to do this stage either. This one is so boring. It's... There are a few... Okay. So the idea of these Splatoon games, right? These stories, these games, they're hard. I'll be completely honest, these games are hard. But once you've kind of mostly understood and gotten an understanding of how things work and how to switch your aim back and forth between things, it's not that bad. Most of these stages aren't hard at all. They're just tedious, hard to work through. Hey, that's fair. Talking while playing is super hard. Can I make that? I could. Today he learned it was not a question of whether he could or couldn't, it was, should he? Let's do that again, but less stupid. Same cool maneuver, just less stupid. I got shot. I'm on my last life? Bro. But these games, but Babby get. Oh! Nice. Hello, Rat Jewel. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. No way. It's Babby game. Do not do not die. It's good at game. Babby game. I've been wanting to change it. I just have not had the time nor the motivation to change it to what I've been thinking of. Thinking of doing what yourself? All the hero weapons or streaming? Or both? Hero weapons? If you're trying to deadline yourself, it depends on how much you already have done. And if you're trying to deadline yourself before 3 comes out, since that's like a month and some change away, it could be a little bit stressful just trying to run through and do these things. If you have the means to upgrade them, it should mostly be fine. Me personally, there's a lot of hubris. Got all umbrella and brush. Okay. Depends on the weapons that you enjoy and don't enjoy. The only ones that I have left are this piece of garbage and the charger and the splatling. I'm not good with the charger. Well, I haven't played this game in a while. I don't know. I forgot how to press the B button again. I cannot just say this is not super hard and then just kill myself because I'm trying to go fast. This is so silly. Oh, that's cool. Let's just do it again. Let me, like, reset my brain real quick. Take a nice... Okay. Let's try that again. Yeah, it really depends on how much you've had done already and what weapons you do and do not like using. I don't like the blaster. Maybe a little evident by how impatient I'm just, you know. trying to use anything but this weapon, and I almost did it again. I'm just trying to... I want this to be done and over with, because I don't like this weapon. I'm not good with it. It's not satisfying to use. It's everything. It's the whole everything for me. If you enjoy using a variety of weapons or just want to do it just to see what's happening, I think it's pretty cool. It kind of... I'll be honest, it kind of shows how many of the stages in the campaign, they did a mix of trying to design the stages to all, like... Patience. No greed. Not this time. How much they did a mix of, like, trying to make every weapon work in the campaign, and also, like, base things solely around one weapon. You'll do one weapon that was originally given a charger, and then you'll do it with the roller. And then you'll see they had to put these little baby platforms that are like, you can make this, you just needed this little boost that we had to give you. Which is both simultaneously really funny, but a little frustrating, because in some situations they... Ugh, what a shot. In some situations they don't really do that for you, and they make it so you have to throw a bomb. Which isn't... Doing that, that's not that bad. Trying to hit the grappling hooks. Use like 6 weapons in multiplayer already. I think you'll be fine. Is it hard? No, not hard. It's just a test of patience. How much will do you have? How much patience do you have? How much do you understand honestly, the basic mechanics of this game? Physics, momentum, how to shoot things. How impatient are you? That's another big one. There was no reason for me to do that, at all. The more I'm talking about how I don't want to use the blaster, the more I'm remembering I don't want to use the blaster, so... No. I need to be patient. Greed is funny, but I'm so sick and tired of using this thing. And yeah, it depends on why you're doing it. I'm doing it because I'm a completionist, and I thought it would be kind of fun and neat to be like... There's no way to really complete Splatoon 2, other than doing 1000% completion by getting every single hero weapon. Probably just... I don't even have to rotate it. I can probably get this done by just doing that. That one should be covered enough, I would hope. Oh, I didn't. That's interesting. That's definitely mostly covered. Man... Did it for the brush simply because the hero design looks sick. I mean, that's totally fair. If you like the designs, it's worth it. If you just kind of want to be that guy that you can go into a league match or rank match lobby and just be like, look at me. I'm using this hero weapon because I'm good at the game, and I switched to this hero weapon because I'm good at the game with that one too. You could definitely do that. We actually just talked about it. There's not really... What did I just do? 24. There's not really a way to, like, really show it off other than going out of your way to go onto, like, the mobile Nintendo app. Then, you know, screenshotting or showing people being like, look, I did this thing, or I have these things. Just looks cool. Well, yeah, the kits for all the hero weapons are the same as the absolute standard weapon. Right when you, I fell off a cliff. That's awesome. It's the exact same thing as the base weapon that it's designed after for all of them, which is cool. It's more just bragging rights. There's a much different feeling going into a ranked lobby, or honestly any lobby, and seeing a dude using the hero charger than just a normal dude using a splat charger. It's like a different kind of fear, as opposed to just like, oh, it's just a dude using a sniper rifle. They're either good or not good. Using a hero charger is walking into a lobby and saying, I'm better than all of you because my weapon looks cool. Yeah. Doing these has kind of... Oh, God. Kind of made me want to take up speedrunning in this game, because it just... Going fast is fun. It's fun to do some of... Not that. Don't do that. It's fun to do some of these things that you can do in this game. Kind of hard to say for the most part, though, because... No, don't leave without me. Ugh. For the most part, it's just doing the same thing over and over again. And there are weapons that are just... I'll be honest, the hardest part of doing this game, doing the story over and over again, is doing the 4th boss. That... I don't know how I managed to die there the one time I did die there. This was the part I was not excited for. I don't want to be here. Oh, that's not what I meant! But yeah, overall, it's just a... If you like the way they look, do it. If you want to get completion, do it. I thought it would be fun, so that's why I'm doing it. And I like to complete things, so... I'll have a big number that I can look at that's like, ooh, I did all of these things. And I'm also at a point now that if I stop doing it, I would be a little bit upset because I put in all the work to get to this point and then just didn't finish it. Can shoot, please? Can aim more gooder? Would be appreciate. Oh, Lord. Brr. But yeah, hero weapons look cool. The only thing that I don't really like about them in the, like, PvP aspect of playing this game instead is the whole, you know, it's just the same thing as the default weapon. These are super cheap when you buy them. I think they're only like 2,100 or something in the store if you go through all this work to get the hero design. So if you're like, if you're one of those people and you really want to min-max on your money, you could just play the whole story with that weapon and get it for a little bit cheaper, but... I'm just glad they made them easy to buy afterward. I do not have the willpower after going through the entire game with this piece of garbage to go play one online match with a weapon I even enjoy. Pain. I've complained to the point that I don't think about the other things going on anymore. Did you guys know that the hidden thing is right here? Isn't that so cool? I forgot what it's called. That's how much I care about it. Now I really am thinking about how weird that is. Completion in this game is so weird, because there's hidden collectibles to grab, but that's not completion. Completion is also using every single weapon on every single level. That's so weird. It makes sense that it's just like, ooh, content, more content, good. I guess, but... Okay. Did the curling bomb get eaten? Is that why it just stopped existing? I don't like this. Why were they so close together, man? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord? Please? For the first time ever, I played patiently, and it worked out. When you first got Splatoon 5 to 6 months ago, you unlocked the Hero Umbrella before even getting Nintendo Online. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. The curse of Nintendo Online, honestly. Thing that didn't exist for a long time. And then they paywalled their bad online service and then made it cost more money. But oh well. Been been paying for online since it came out, but boy, Nintendo sure does stuff and things that I don't always agree with. I didn't miss one over here, did I? I didn't do that thing I always do. I missed the one right there. Oh, I have to go up. Glad I looked back this time, because I definitely would have forgotten. I am a little bit petrified of blowing up the squares, the cubes, the boxes, the ones that I needed. I didn't want that to happen. I was scared. Do it again. Nice. What a nightmare. Oh, past PS4 player? No, 20 is a steal compared to that. Absolutely. I understand entirely. I have never had PS Plus, I'll be honest. I'm glad that I've been a PC player and a Nintendo person for most of my life. I play on PlayStations, I just don't do online things. And on PC, you don't really... Unless if it's something really awful. Oh yeah, I gotta walk forward because it's cinematic. Whoa. Hopefully I can just... I actually haven't tested. Hopefully I can just like one or two shot these. Oh, okay. Easy clap boss. One less thing to worry about. cool. Oh, yeah. Just wanted to do anything with your friends, and it was just like, money first, please. Kind of whack, but I don't know. They like getting their money. Didn't even break my armor? Come on, man. Why couldn't you be like the Splatoon 1 boss? I will agree fully. Having a bunch of the retro games is super cool, and being able to play them online. Yeah. Pay for Wi-Fi, play for the... Ah, I missed it. Don't spin it. That would be so awkward. Oh, he didn't. Idiot. Let's get it. Yeah, you gotta pay for Wi-Fi, you gotta pay for the whole system, and then, on top of all of that, game and the ability to play it online. Businesses are made to make money, but come on, man. PS5. Oh, man, PS5s are such a funny topic. I appreciate that the entire... Oh no, suction bombs. Wow. So dangerous and scary. He went up and shot his fist again. I'm not even hitting him with the bombs. I'm just throwing them out of vengeance and spite at this point. Oh no, he side dodges now. My 6-year-old brain cannot handle the movement. Oh no. This boss is so stupid, man. Yo, for real, he literally... Oh my god, man. I thought this was the funny Squid Game, not Call of Duty. I think I just killed my thought mid-thought when I was speaking like I always do, but... Really big fan of the way that PS5s are just kind of like, who has them? Who in existence owns them? And then there are like scalpers that are like, hee hee, if you want one, pay 5 of your newborn children and your colon, and I'll give you half of this PS5. It's such a stupid... You shouldn't have missed that, man. Full honesty, should not have missed that. I kind of gave that one to you. Oh no, the tornado. It's eating up my shots. Your defense. He's good. They were so scared to make this hard. The 1-in-1 wasn't even like hard, but it was like cinematic and cool. And I will ever talk about this part. I don't like this part. Doing jumps on rails is not cool. Shooting moving target with a weapon that we haven't used the entire story. That's big projectile that shoots slowly that people are more likely to mess up because they don't know how to aim projectiles. I don't know. I just think this is kind of... Man, this is... what? Man. Oh, did you see the way that thing came around and punched me? That was cool. It like homed in. I don't like it. It's cool. Look, the Squid Sisters, they're back together. It's so cool, and that's neat. I'm always gonna be told that I'm being too hard on things, but like, how they did so well with the whole campaign and the final boss in 1. They did it in 2, and they made it flashy, I guess. This part is also entirely just RNG. He could just sit there and not... He could just sit there and not do the thing he was doing at all. That was good RNG to be right next to it. Jump. I win! I want to have hopes for 3. The more time has gone on, the less interested I have been in getting it, honestly. It's like you use the Hero Blaster here, there, everywhere. Turf War, shop, favorite part. Go home. I hope so. Alright, you got me. The face got me. Unusually fat squid! Oh! It's so chunky! I don't like that. Sonic Forces boss? You're right. You're definitely right. That sentence just scares me a little bit. Ooh. Sure, why not? I like the bobble. First fight against Infinite? Oh. No, put that game away. We're not talking about Sonic Forces in here. Tony Kensa goggles. For those, yeah. I see so many people wearing these. I'm gonna be completely honest. I see a lot of people wearing these. I would hope they got them from the mobile store, because this is... They look stupid. Alright, here we go. Hero Blasters, same stats, weapon make breakthroughs, sadly I never in production. I just slapped some shiny parts, called it a replica. Purchase, no. We did it! We got 2 more weapons to do. We got the frickin'... We got the Splatling and we got the Charger, and then we're done. There's a Bloblobber in rotation right now? That's not an awful rotation, but the Brella. Ooh, the Brella. Now it's time for Splatling. Yippee! Oh, Splatling. What the f... That's when we capture Taken. We don't even that. We just capture Taken. It's the dude that bought Splatoon 3 with the card. We're just gonna run through here real quick. Okay. Okay. Okay, you got me. Salmon Run stream when? God, whenever I feel like playing Salmon Run again. Good luck with that. Ugh. Okay, alright. I didn't check the people behind me, did I? I tried Starbucks for the first time yesterday. So good! Okay. 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 This is my last year of high school. Thank you, anime girl. You really... you really completed. You really helped complete everything. Garfield Judd was so... That was really good. Did I get one of it when I was zoomed in or not? I think I was only zoomed in. I want this one too. Oh, man. That is Bunny. So it was with just Bunny. What is your gear, Bunny? S plus and tower control. Clash Blaster Neo. Ugh. You gotta win how you gotta win. What are my ranks? That's pretty good. I hate ranked mode. The exact way that you typed that, Rat. That's I love that. What does that say? I'm gonna... I didn't read that as C rank. I just read that as crank. I'm finally out of crank. I don't know what that means, but I'm happy for you. Let's go, bro. We're out of crank. Okay. Well, I guess I... Spider. Man. Okay. Well, I guess that's it for stream. It is adorable. It's super cute. Crank is such a funny... Imagine getting out of Crank. Good for you. Okay. 2 hours. Hero weapon done. 2 more to do. It's Sunday, right? I went over that earlier, right? Yeah, it's Sunday. Okay, so... I got a few more... got a few more days that I could maybe stream. Yeah, one a day. I could try to do one a day. I really wanna. I I absolutely need to continue Kingdom Hearts on here soon. I was so good about that. I made it to end game and was like, I'm gonna wait on this, and then boy did I wait on it. But that's something I need to do. So, we'll get to it and we'll decide. I was up too late today. Now that it's the time that it is, I'm just gonna say this. I'm good here. I did the blaster. I want a break. Next time. No, I didn't finish KH. I thought you would have remembered that. You would have been there for that. We made it to HB and I just never went inside. No, I have finished KH1 before. I didn't finish streaming it. Because I was streaming it. I made it to HB and I never went in. But I'll do that later. I forgore. But anyway, yeah. Maybe I'll do 2 weapons in a day or something if I start stream earlier. That might be fun. That might be good. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all so much for the support, the subs, the follows. I love all of you. I appreciate you all. Literally cannot be doing things like this without you. So, y'all have a wonderful day or evening or wherever time zone you're in, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.